Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at with another live video. And guys, I have a special guest, guys. Before I did my live, well, my KO Sports Hangout, and when I actually started my channel, this man right here really helped me to spearhead my channel already, and we used to do the main event podcast. Guys, I would like to welcome back, guys. Joeth Piptne back already.
Oh yeah, what's going on? Appreciate it,
Yeah,
Kofi.
we're back,
Appreciate it. How
guys, man.
y'all
We're back,
doing?
man. And we're back together, bro. And yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking Chicago sports, Chicago Bears, what's going on in news. Jonah, I just want to get your thoughts on this, man. Like, being back to doing this. So
Oh man, it's a long journey, man.
it's
I
been a
tell you that
while.
much. It's been a good minute, man. I've been watching everything from a distance. I be wanting to have my opinion, but when it be time to hop on, I be like, man, I'm tired. I be working all the time, so
I
the
know,
fact
no,
that
yeah, you get life, and I know you just had a kid too recently too, so
yeah,
that's just life,
yeah,
and
life be life, and
yeah, life, man, it happens, man, it happens. But anyway, guys, just to get you on track with what's happening around Chicago sports news. Of course, day one. I mean, I kind of briefly talked about it on my short yesterday, but of course, day one yesterday. The offense, of course, struggled. Defense did well, very well. And Ben Johnson, of course, there are reports of him yelling at his offense, because they were causing like a lot of false starts. They weren't lining up at the line of scrimmage. Like Ben Johnson um, took his first team out because they weren't playing well at all. So that was big. And of course, as well as the left tackle competition between Karan Amagaji and Ozzy Trapilo. Yesterday, they had Ozzy Trapilo start yesterday, and then today they had Karan start at left tackle. And of course, the defense. I mean, no surprise here. Yesterday and today, I mean, the defense dominated. Today, I think. I mean, yesterday, Tremaine Edmonds, he had an interception by Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams threw an interception. Um, and um, and then what else? Yeah, pretty much just the defense just dominated the day. And and then also, Luther Burden, he's been injured as well. And so, yeah, just a lot of stuff that's been going on today, with training camp as well, and as well with day two. Uh, Kyle Monungai definitely has been surprising a lot of people in practice, especially with 7-on-7 drills. He's been standing out a lot. Uh, as And what else? Trying to see. On DeAndre Swift, he's been doing some drills. He's been showing out as well. Um, and then DJ Moore, he's been practicing along with Kevin Byard. They're doing just a lot of drills. So it was just like a lot of just a lot of 7-on-7s. It wasn't too much going on. It's still early in training camp. I mean, offense did struggle again as well. But Jonah, I just want to get your thoughts on what's been going on training camp, like the stuff that you've been hearing as well.
well, it's basically the same thing that you've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The offense just trying to find a way to get through that good possible Chicago Bear defense this year. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
they're incorporating a new offense, so it's going to be some struggles from time to time, especially in the beginning. Let's just hope that they're not struggling once they get further along when it's preseason and they still struggling against the defense. Either
Mm-hmm.
that's going to mean that this offense is going to struggle throughout the year, or that means that this defense is going to be really just that good. Now, of course, we have had teams that struggled against the defense the entire time, and then coming to regular season, able to score 24 to 28 points per game while the defense shutting people down. That was
Mm-hmm.
so many years ago. So let's just hope and see exactly what this offense is going to be later on as time go on, because of course Ben Johnson is incorporating a new offense to him, so it's going to be struggles. That defense been together longer. They know the personnel well. They know everything. So
Mm-hmm.
just and the playbook the same. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's basically what it is that's going on.
Yeah, and Ben Johnson, like a lot of people were asking him questions like, is he going to run the same offense that he did in Detroit? And I liked his answer that he put out is that he talked about like it's going to be different. He doesn't even know yet because with this offense, it's really going to be unpredictable. And he talked about how he wants to cater his offense to his player strength, something that Chicago Brass has not seen in previous Chicago Bears regime. Usually when we always had coaches, like the coaches is like it's either my way or the highway. Like we seen that, with Matt Nagy, in his offense, he's like saying it's either my way or Highway or Lou Getzey, and the way he wanted to run his offense. He was trying to make, Justin Fields to be like Aaron Rodgers. And then, of course, you had Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron, he wanted to, run a specific type of offense, that Caleb Williams wanted to run. And so just hearing, from his press conference, Ben Johnson saying that he wants to tailor his offense to the way his players play is kind of encouraging sight to see. Um, because I mean, we've heard like from previous regime, like they didn't want to do that. So that's really an eye opener right there. Um, and then another thing, of course, with the fact that he's getting on the guys. Um, help like accountability. Accountability is a big thing, with this coaching staff. From Antoine Randall L to Eric Bieniemy, all these guys talking about how they want to hold these guys accountable, and making sure that they are adhering to the details, like the details, that matters, man, because um like just hearing, Ben Johnson, getting and jawing at these guys, saying that they're not lining up or you're not lining up the proper way, because these are the little things that matter, especially when it comes to game time. Because it has been a problem. It has been a problem last year with Matt Eberflus and his past regime. You know, like we've had drives where we were going like at times like during the season last year our offense was kind of clicking, at times, but you would have the left tackle who would move his feet, will cause a false start, or be a delayed game due to some miscommunication, with the offensive coordinator or the quarterback, or the fact that with the alignment of the wide receiver not lining up properly, it will cause like false starts every time. It will be a drive killer, 5-10 yards, and that's what would kill plays a lot. That's what would kill drives a lot. And so with Ben Johnson, harping on like the little details on the guys, not lining up properly. I mean, that's encouraging. I wanted to hear your thoughts about that, Jones, with him holding these guys accountable.
Well, he's doing what a head coach is supposed to do. Something that for some reason I don't know what it was. Maybe Flus had lost control of. At first last year, all we heard was the guys was willing to fight for the coach, and then well, the year before that they was willing to fight for the coach, and then last year I don't know what happened. They lost them, but accountability is something that you have to have on your team, no matter if it's
Mm-hmm.
football, basketball, baseball. It don't matter if it's just regular work. You're supposed to take accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So him holding the team accountable shouldn't be news.
Right.
That should be a common goal to hold accountability to get the team better.
Mm-hmm.
So to even hear about it is like it shouldn't be astonishing, but it
Yeah, it
is because I
shouldn't.
guess because so many coaching regimes came in and not did exactly what they were supposed to do or lost control of the team so quickly to a point that you know everyone is looking for some type of stability to a point that just having just that little bit make people go like ooh and ah when really is just that's what a head coach supposed to do. So to me, there's not a lot of news when it comes down to that. It's just something that a coach supposed to do, and that's what players supposed to be ready for, and they should be ready to go out there and play. So what I'm expecting, I take the preseason most serious than anybody.
Right.
That tells me everything I need to see about the team, and
Mm-hmm.
every year have I actually been wrong based on what I see.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I watch what I watch, I'm able to see like every little detail. Because I'm watching it. I'm one series. I might just be watching offensive line the whole time. Next series, I may be watching a quarterback and running back. Next series, I may be watching the wide receivers and tight end.
Right.
I'm just watching stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I'm able to determine what a weak point set with the starters when they in there, if they trying hard or whatever.
Or what the
That's
season is going to play like, depending on how they play.
yeah, yeah. I'm about to say usually game three tell you everything you need to know. So depending on how many preseason games they go with this year, that'll be able to tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I think
So that's
today, I think they're going to be playing three preseason games.
okay.
This season, they're going to be playing three preseason games
Okay.
for
So
the season.
they probably still find out in game three.
Yeah.
Depending on how they do it, probably be the last game that everyone play half a quarter,
I mean,
and then
usually during game three, because a lot of coaches, I don't know if they really play their starters. Usually game three, usually game one, they usually play their starters maybe for like a quarter or maybe a quarter and a half, because I guess they don't want to show too much because it's like so early on in the season, and they don't want to show probably too much tape. Um, you know, during preseason.
it
So
usually used to always be game three when they do that when they play
yeah,
a game by a quarter and a half, maybe two
yeah.
quarters.
I
But
guess it depends. It depends on which team it is.
yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll see what this Ben Johnson and this coaching staff will do. Going forward. Also, of course, the defense. What's going on? Jalen Johnson. And his contract of what's going on. People are just concerned. A lot of Bears fans are concerned with what's going on with Jalen Johnson and his non-football related injury. People are thinking, oh, because he's not practicing is because of like his whole contract dispute or of what's going on. And the fact that, of course, Sauce Gardner and what's going on with the cornerback position. A lot of cornerbacks getting paid, especially, with Sauce Gardner being the highest paid cornerback. What are your thoughts, with a lot of Bears fans saying, oh, Jalen Johnson, he doesn't want to be on this team because he wants more money or something like that. What do you think about that?
Well, number one, Jalen Johnson is not Sauce Gardner,
Mm-hmm.
so he shouldn't be asking for Sauce Gardner money. Number two, at the same time, him sitting out because he not getting paid his money. So what?
I mean,
So
he already
what?
got paid. I mean, they already paid him. He's just the only thing is that he wants. I mean, at some
He
point,
want more money.
right? He wants more
Yeah,
money,
but he not gonna get it.
right?
He
Because he
gonna have to
already
go
signed
out
the
there and
contract
perform.
already.
Right. He just got a contract a few years ago that made him one of the highest paid corners
Right.
at that time. So he can't just be greedy like that. I say so what? Because it's like when it come down to about it, by the time the season start, he's gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna play. He's gonna play mind games, but when it come down to it, he's still trying to be behind the scene. He's still doing whatever little stuff he needs to do to prepare, and he's still gonna play. He's not gonna sit out the start of the season.
Oh no.
He's not gonna miss out on them checks because the moment he start missing out on stuff and them checks start coming up short, he gonna start playing. So it's like even with like I get it, like man, I want some more money, but you gotta earn that.
Right.
You know, he ain't. We still need those interceptions, even though people ain't throwing to him like that. But those times they do, he got to pick it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he
because at
already,
times he be dropping the ball. He be dropping it. He doesn't have like good hands.
yeah, true, but he don't get that. He don't get a lot of interception opportunities. Those few he do, yeah, he do have to catch it though. You do
Mm-hmm.
have to pick that ball off and run it back. You know, he ain't necessarily always got to score, but you know, we need more of that. We need more takeaways. So when it come down to it, I already know he's gonna play. He's not gonna just sit out and not play. So any doubts of him not playing is gonna be ridiculous to say the least. I already know he's gonna play regardless.
Right. Right. And also in regards to our defense, because I know last year our defense mightily struggled. At first, I mean, our defense was playing well earlier during the season. Like earlier, our defense was playing real well. But as the season continued to go on, our run defense started to falter. Um, we weren't getting to the quarterback as effectively as we could have, and at times, like our cornerbacks, you know, were taking some plays off, and a lot of quarterbacks they were dissecting, our secondary, as well. So with Dennis Allen, and this defense, what are you kind of expecting this season, with our defense? Because I mean, last year we were our defense bad, straight bad.
Well, well with how bad they played, you can only get better.
hmm
Because if you play any worse than that, oh my God, everybody on the defense deserve to be fired. They deserve to be released.
Right.
So I expect improvement. With with improvement in the run defense, it will be automatic improvement in the pass defense.
Especially
And
with our linebacker position, with Tremaine Edmonds, because at times, like you would see Tremaine Edmonds, he would play out of position. He wouldn't play like naturally how he would just play out of position. He wouldn't play his position naturally. I guess based on with the way Eberflus ran his defense, he made him into a linebacker with how he wasn't naturally supposed to be, and so I guess you weren't seeing he was trying to make him into something that he wasn't trying to be, I guess. And at times, Tremaine Edmonds, he'll be missing tackles or whatever, and you'll be like what's going on with him? This is not the Tremaine Edmonds like we've seen, with the Buffalo Bills, and so like what do you think about that? With what Dallas Allen is trying to do, with him.
well, he basically just trying to allow him to play the position the way he used to play it. But
Mm-hmm.
even with those tasks where he was missing those tackles and stuff, that's still on him. He still got to make those plays regardless of the
Right.
position that he ended up playing. But it's basically just allowing him to be the player that he was in Buffalo, and let's see if he can replicate that closely. Because he's probably not going to be able to have the same success he had in Buffalo because there's a different type of personnel.
Right.
But let's see if he can do something close to it. If he can get at least half of the production like he did in Buffalo, then we good. You know, all we need is just the rest of the staff to be able to play properly. We need the other outside linebackers, other players, D ends, D tackles, the three techniques,
Mm-hmm.
all the above. We need that whole front seven to be able to perform at an adequate level because if they do what they supposed to do, then the corners and safeties job get easier because now they know that the pass is coming, which means now they able to cover more effectively, which means now more turnovers. But if your defense can't stop the run, your front seven can't stop the run, which they couldn't do last year. Now it makes it harder on the defensive backs as a whole because now you don't know what's coming. You're thinking too much. Now you done messed around and gave up a big play down the field. Now the corner and the safety both had a mental error. Gave up a 65-yard pass or a touchdown. So just being able to stop the run cures all wounds for defense. Just know if they're able to stop the run and be in the top 10 against the run this year, they're going to be at least top 15 against the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
And like it's just like what you said. I mean, if you stop the run, teams are prone to throw the ball, and when you're throwing the ball a lot, and you make a team become one dimensional, then your front seven can just pin their ears back and just get to the quarterback at will, and that's really dependent on the run game because of course our run game last year was not. I'm not too sure what the numbers were, but I'm pretty sure it was like below half, maybe like less than it was like maybe 20th, between 20th to 30 or something, because our run defense was not good last year. Um, Even like when Andrew Billings was playing, like our run defense was not really that great. And of course when he went down, it even got worse. Our run defense got like really worse. Like a lot of teams were just running through the teeth of our defense. We're just running at will, doing whatever they can to our defense. And like it really helped out a lot of teams to make their offense become a lot efficient. So really that's going to be dependent on our front seven. It's going to depend on the front line, Dio Dingbo, uh, Montez Sweat, like those guys up front, Grady Jarrett, all those guys up front, Javon Dexter, all those guys, they're gonna have to step up, this season, because I mean, a lot of people were harping on, okay, like uh, we need a pass rush opposite of Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat, he did struggle, and people were talking about, of course, with his injuries a lot, but at the same time, um, I felt like he just could have done a little bit more. Montez Sweat, I felt like he just could have done a little bit more. And just overall, like our front seven I felt like our front seven could have done a little bit more, and it was just disappointing. But I mean, we'll see what happens, with this team, um, coming up, So, uh, let me see. Also, our wide receiver position, Luther Burden, of course, he's still dealing, with this soft hamstring injury. I just want to get your thoughts on like our wide receiver position, so far, and also with the rookie Luther Burden. I think this is his second day that he's missed camp so far, and so that's quite concerning. With the rookie, because a lot of people are saying that he's one of the biggest draft steals so far in this past, this draft that just happened. But Luther Burden, him dealing with that soft tissue injury that's kind of been lingering on so far. He's still dealing with that. I think that just even goes back to not training camp, but OTAs. It goes all the way back to OTAs. He's missed some OTAs so far, and like going into day two training camp, it's a little bit concerning of what's going on because he needs to get a lot of these reps, especially if you're a rookie. These are very like a lot of valuable reps. So what do you think about that with what's going on with him?
Okay, well, put it like this, man. You gotta let time go by. You gotta allow that kid to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta allow him to get back out there, train, and continue to develop. Remember, like you said, he a rookie, so we really don't know what we getting. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we know what he did in college. We know what the reports saying that he's one of the biggest steals in the draft. Okay, we've heard stuff like that before. Until they're able to go out there and perform consistently on the field, not just practice, but on the field. That's when we'll know exactly what we got. Then we'll know if we got a steal or not. As of right now, we don't. He ain't shit. He ain't
Mm-hmm.
shit, and I mean that respectfully. When I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I mean that respectfully when I say he ain't shit right now. Until he go out on that field and perform. He
Mm-hmm.
do if whatever he do in the preseason, I want to see it in the regular season if he plays in the preseason. Because a hamstring injury can be tricky. That
Yeah,
can
it
be
is.
something that can linger for a while if you're
Mm-hmm.
not properly taking care of it, properly icing it down, taking proper medications to take down the inflammation,
Mm-hmm.
doing stretching exercises every day, doing stuff like that, just little stuff to
Yeah,
keep you in the
it takes
mix.
time to heal.
Right. Some people want to rush or do nothing and then wonder why they keep re injuring it. So, as of in terms of that, you know, he just gotta go out there and perform. Now, overall, I think is it an upgrade from last year's wide receiver room?
Yeah.
Not to me, simply
Okay.
because I haven't seen the kid perform. I know who Keenan Allen is.
Right.
I know what he did in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Even with, limited receptions and everything else, he still performed pretty decently.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, you know,
Yeah, last year we had the weapons. We definitely had the weapons.
because if this kid Keenan Allen numbers last year, we're gonna say he a beast. Why? Because he a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just give Keenan his flowers and let it be known that last year's offense was by the numbers by on paper was pretty damn good. So that's why I say this year's team is it an upgrade? I don't know yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know yet simply because it's a different head coach, different offense, different
Right.
team in terms of certain personnel.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know nothing. So the moment we able to know the little stuff like that, then we'll be able to be like, okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Um, and then also, I'm probably gonna do one more topic so far. I want to shorten it a little bit. So with preseason, I know we just kind of talked about a little bit of preseason and with this team. So let's say going into the preseason game, the next three preseason games, do you think will be a determining outlook of how this future, how the 2025 season is going to go, depending on how they play during these three preseason games? I know you're just kind of talking about that a little bit more. So do you think there's just going to be like a determining factor? Like, let's say, I don't know, like the first team offense, they kind of like start like slacking or whatever. You start seeing, false start or whatever. You think is going to be like a determining factor of like how the outlook of how the season is going to go for 2025?
to me, the preseason is always a determining factor of how the season gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell by which like just by certain teams where when they go out there, it really just don't matter. Like Tom Brady Patriots, when you watch them, you can tell that they did not care. You know, certain teams you can go out, you can tell when they go out there, they just that good. They don't care. You can knock them teams off that list. It's the ones that always got something to prove, that go out there and really try to perform, and then they still look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Bears have looked like shit for the past, you know, 5 to 7 years.
Hell, you would
Where a
say
few,
40 years. Yeah,
well, I'm just going current right now, despite the little playoff appearances in between.
yeah.
So it's like, this team just got a lot to do. And with teams like the Bears that got a lot to do, they go out there and they try to perform. Like I said, if you go out there and you play like shit, constant false starts, play calling got a problem getting in play call stuff like that. Guess what? That's going to translate to into the season. And
Mm.
people be so surprised when stuff be happening. What's going on? Boy, they was doing this the whole preseason. What you
Oh, it
talking
happened
about?
last year. Oh my gosh, especially what was going on. Yeah,
So right, so that's why I be like, what you talking about? Y'all tripping.
and the
Y'all
crazy part
goofing.
about it, a lot of people, especially Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, they're saying Caleb Williams, he went into the best situation possible. And I know me and some Bears fans, I wasn't too optimistic because they had Matt Eberflus. I'm like, how do you guys? I mean, yeah, we got some weapons, but it's all about the coaching. Like, how do you think we're just gonna go? He's gonna go into the best situation like this with the coaching like that, and the way that he's gonna prepare this team going in and game out. Do you really think he's gonna make them win and have a deep playoff run? And like, I mean, some Bears fans they're surprised, like, why, how come we're this bad or whatever. I'm like, that's how it
No,
is.
no, they just fell apart because
It just fell apart. Yeah.
that's all it was. Well, to me, it was. They first fell apart, and he couldn't stop the bleeding.
Well, I guess to me, yeah, like they started out good. I guess with me, like the offense wasn't good. I mean, it had its spurts, but it started coming along at first, but like really after the bye week, just I don't know what it was, but like I mean, I kind of knew what it was, but like after the bye week, like it just went downhill after that. After that Washington game, it just really went downhill after that. And the fact that Matt Eberflus didn't allow that team to get that game out of their head, it just really just spiraled just out of control. Of course, with this time management and the fact that a lot of players, were getting out of position, you know, um, a lot of players getting false started, delayed games. I mean, it just was a snowball effect. I mean, we turned a potential what could have been, a 5-2 game to a 10 game losing streak. We lose to the Commanders, and then it just went downhill. There's a lot of what if situations, like what would have happened if we would have won that game. What would have happened, if we didn't give them that extra 10 yards? What would have happened if Noah Brown didn't catch that ball? There's a lot of what ifs, but what I do know is that Matt Eberflus and that coaching staff did not prepare that team day in and day out to come prepared each and every day to, play a game of football. I mean, at first they did well, but it just went downhill from there. So, but other than that, I don't know if there are any other topics. Is there any other stuff that you want to tackle, Jonath? Before I end this stream.
Um, no, not really. Other than I just hope that the team find a way to actually get it together and be actually prepared this season because
Mm-hmm.
it's they ain't had so much inconsistency, like I said, over the past 7 years to a point that I'm starting to wonder if there ever going to be any consistency again. Really, since Lovie Smith was on the team, It's the last time we had some type of stability for our team. So that's what I'm just hoping that it be some type of something that goes on. Other than that, that's it.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. I know the next training camp is going to be on Friday. Um, we'll say tomorrow. I'm sorry, tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow, actually. So I will be doing some updates on that as well. But stay tuned for more videos and updates with Chicago Bears news. But other than that, guys, I'd like to thank y'all for coming, and we'll see y'all later. All right,
All
guys.
right,
Peace.
people. Peace.
All right.